pictures on MLS. They're Instagram pictures, Instagram quality pictures.
Those are nice.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful home. Jeez, honestly, they should have been professional decorators. But one of the things that happened as soon as we opened the door, woof, the smell.
Wow, Daddy, wow.
Okay, so today we're gonna talk about the 5 things to know when you're selling a home with pets. Keep in mind, this is our favorite subject since we have 4 dogs.
Yes, especially like if you have a home with carpets, we want to make sure you do a deep, deep cleaning on those carpets.
Yes, we want to eliminate orders. So those orders, the deep, deep clean, can remove it from carpets, rugs, furniture.
And then usually it's it has a special name, enzymatic cleaners.
Oh, I didn't even want to try to top it up. We'll put the word down here, but there's certain cleaners that you can use for accidents and consider professional cleaning.
Yeah, that would be the best route. That's what I would do. I would just go with professional cleaner and you're out of it.
Yeah, keep litter boxes spotless. We're not cat people, we're dog people, but keep litter boxes spotless before showings.
And if you have dogs like us, any toys or anything, same thing. Keep everything spotless, move the way.
Yes, because one of the biggest things that's actually happened to us, I did have a family, of course, it's a husband, wife, and their son. We were looking at their home, looking at a home. I was representing them as buyers, and one of the things that happened is that the video, it's gonna be the pictures on MLS. They're Instagram pictures, Instagram quality pictures.
Those are nice.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful home. Jeez, honestly, they should have been professional decorators. But one of the things that happened as soon as we opened the door, woof, the smell.
You just want to close it and bite.
Yes, you just want to close it and buy. That's how, unfortunately, how bad it was.
Yeah.
But one of the things that happened is that, of course, out of being polite, we stayed there for 30 minutes. My nose, I wasn't breathing through my nose, I was breathing through my mouth. So you could probably see me just with my mouth open talking and then just taking a breath through my nose. Afterwards, unfortunately, the home, of course, because of the smell of the home, everything was perfect except the smell of the home.
Yeah. Which brings us to number two, hide the pet's evidence. So we want to make sure everything is nice and clean.
Yes, remove beds, toys, food bowls, just so there's not any evidence of any pets or any pets in the home.
Exactly. So they can say, oh my goodness, yeah, they have dogs, but where are the dogs?
Yes, repair any pet-related damage.
Yeah, for example, like any floors that are scratched or any walls or any doors, just go ahead and repaint them, make them nice and pretty again.
Yes, you don't want anything like scratches or chewing of the trim to have actually occurred, because that's little evidence and it can turn off a few people.
Yes, and also speaking of turning off, you want to make sure it's deodorized and clean. So when you come into the home, like Jesse was saying earlier, you don't want to open the door and the smell to hit you. You want to make sure you open and smells nice and clean.
Which goes back to the professional cleaner. We just we just need someone to go over there and clean it.
Just keep it out.
Yeah. Oh, and also air fresheners, just in case. And then there's some air fresheners that, if I'm mistaken, is Hawaiian and tropical. Just to let you know, many, many, many builders use those 2 cents to cover up any smells that the home might have, or
Pretty
the
nice.
yes, the model homes might have.
Yes. Which also brings us to number three. We want to make sure you make your plans for your showings.
Yes. If possible, just make sure to relocate any pets. Of course, you don't want to enter into the home and the dog's barking that like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah, unfortunately, if we understand, right? Sometimes we cannot have someone taking care of our puppies or our babies or for babies, that's what I mean. Or just put him with someone or walk him every time you have a showing. But at least what you can do is just get a crate and hopefully they won't be eating everybody's ears out.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, when that happens, it's usually we're talking and then the dog, or it's usually the dog or the parrot. I've had
Yeah,
parrot situations that they just want to be part of the conversation and just make so much noise that it's difficult to even communicate.
exactly. So we want to always make sure they at least are going to be in a quiet area, in a quiet place, if they have to stay home, which we
Yes,
understand.
get a pet sitter or put them in a designated area so they can be away, still in the home if need be. Majority of the time, we do see dogs in the garage in a crate with fans, but they're away, out of sight, out of mind. And with that home, I didn't smell anything.
Yeah, exactly. Which also brings us to number four, which is pretty much going back to the previous one because one thing repeats or goes on with close to another. Are you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Want to make sure. Speaking of showing,
Yes.
just also want to make sure you have a curb appeal. Like curb appeal. You want to make sure everything is nice and neat in the home.
Yes. By this, there's dogs that usually make their little track, including ours, where they go
We
back and forth, and bark at the neighbor dogs, or say hi to the neighbor dogs and
Mhm.
start. You know how it is. So what we probably do is just cover up. We did have someone that had German Shepherd, and you can actually that dog zigzagged everywhere.
You can see the
So
line.
yeah, you can see the line where everything was, and Rosa and I go over there, and we're thinking, how the heck is he going to be able to cover this up? But one of the things that they did is they put little, oh, of course, with the checks. Yeah, this is real smart. They went from, oh my God, how they, oh wow, you did that?
Yeah,
So one of the things that they did is that, of course, as the German Shepherd was zigzagging all across the
making
backyard,
its own art.
yes, and dude did his own art similar to how the little art that you see on How to Train My Dragon when he did all those little lines and they were not trying not to step in it.
That is so true.
Yes. So one of the things that happened is that with them, they actually put little pebbles along the way. So it looked like a beautiful design in the backyard and they cleaned it up nicely.
Exactly. So that was pretty nice. It looked pretty nice, which also that's on the outside. In the inside, we're gonna again, we want to make sure all the odors and all the stains are away.
Yes.
Not something that you can come in and boom, that grabs your attention. We don't want that.
Yes, and then we also need if the home is pet friendly, we can probably we did have a home. Unfortunately, it sold during the virus. But it was a beautiful home that I saw on someone requested it. And unfortunately, minutes later, it went under contract,
Mm.
and it was a beautiful home. The space underneath the steps or the stairs, they made it into a little kennel. But not just that, they actually put a little doggy door because it was halfway in so the dog could look outside. And keep in mind, this is through pictures. And inside it had it had tile flooring. It had their own little bed. It was just oh my goodness. It was keep in mind it looked Instagram quality.
Yeah. However, it's good to take care of your home from the inside, the outside, but also it's a big plus when you have pets in your home because you can always highlight, which brings us to number five, you can always highlight your pet friendly features, meaning, okay, there's a doggy park or is there's like a walking trail, something where you can take your pets.
Is there anything special about the home or the community
Yeah.
that's pet friendly?
So you always want to make sure you highlight those things when you're selling your home. So that's
Yeah.
always a big plus.
Yeah, just like in our community, we just found out recently because there is a dog park over here, and there's a group of 5 people that text message or group text message each other so they can meet at the park. And then on top of that, when one's over there, they just text message each other and they just go up as a group.
Exactly.
Pretty much like bikers when you see in the highway.
Pretty nice because even let's say for example you have a friend or a neighbor that they don't own any pets, that's okay too because why, because it's also going to be fitter for them in a way because they can also start socializing with the people that go to the doggy park even though
Yes.
they don't have pets, but who knows, maybe they end up with a puppy.
Yeah, and let's just go back to the backyard. If there's any smells in the backyards or any droppings or little mistakes, take care of them so the person that's visiting your home doesn't stand on a landmine, pretty much explodes with flavor or
Exactly.
smells.
And this is just quick little guidelines or little tips that they can help you when selling your home.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and if you have any questions, please feel free to let us know. Please don't forget to subscribe. Hopefully, we can grow this channel. And once again, are you ready to make a move? Send us a DM. Thank you. Bye.